Mitrom and Bandhuvam, welcome to South Asia Maps, your education channel, Intellectual Chatriya's channel. This is your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy. At South Asia Maps, your presenter will bring you the diverse fields of knowledge, abstract ideas into iconographic form, pictures, images, and maps, so that these things are very easily etched into your mind. Mitronam, today we are continuing our agriculture series. This is part 6 of the presentation. Today we are looking at the cropland in the United States. Remember, the cropland is different from arable land, agricultural land, pasture land, and grazing land. Cropland is less always. When you add the grazing land and pasture land, it becomes agricultural land, the land that can be used for growing the crops, raising the livestock. So that is the little difference. United States has a 160 million hectares of cropland. After this presentation, you will get a very great clarity of the entire planet Earth, the surface area, the water area, how to figure it out, the cropland in the planet Earth, how the United States compares with that. You will get a great clarity. Mitranan, if you are new to my presentation, you can go to this. You see South Asia Maps JRD. There are already 610 videos posted as of 2024 September. You see all of these. You see the icons represent the playlist. I have partitioned them, binned these into round about 70 or so playlists. You can pick and choose the topic of your interest and explore them. That is South Asia Maps JRD. This is our agriculture series, Mitronam. Dr. JRD, you see, we are now looking at 16, that is the cropland in the United States. That is round about 160 million hectares. Mitronam, before that, you have to have a clarity about the surface area. See, if you take a kilometer, make it thousand and thousand and thousand, a square, that is 1 followed by 6 zeros is 1 million square kilometers. That is 30306. That is exactly the size of Egypt. So I have put it here extensively. You can look in the G.A.M.E series, Geographic Areas Made Easy. There are, Egypt is exactly 1 million square kilometers. That means if you redraw the frontiers of the planet Earth, you can put 150 countries of size Egypt. So if you live 100 years and healthy person lives more than 150, means 150 units. That is because these are the continents, big countries, right? So million square kilometers, 150 is the land area, 360 is the ocean bodies. You combine them, it comes around about 560, 510 or so. Among these 150, there are four countries like Canada, United States, China, Europe. You see, west of Ural Mountain, this is Ural, all 10 units, 10 million square kilometers. Give and take little bit less, and how you count the water bodies also. Just I made these things very little for you. That means 150 is the land area, that is the square kilometers. If you make it 1/10, instead of 150, you get 15. 15 is the cropland in the planet Earth, about. 15 means you add two more, it becomes 17. 17 million square kilometers is the crop area. Then you have to convert it. 1 square kilometer has 1000 meters, means 60 square meters. And that means 1 square kilometers means 1 million square meters also means 100 hectares. In other sense, in a square kilometers, you have 6 zeros. In a hectare, you have 4 zeros. These are on square meters. This is very critical, understanding the rest of it. So very easy. And surface area, instead of putting 10 million square kilometers, that is 1000, I have put it 95. So just we reduce a little bit. So 950 million hectares is the surface area, among which 160 will be the cropland. These are million hectares. So we take this and I walk you through here. Surface, how much of surface area per person in America person has, how much of cropland per person he has, all in square meter. How do you get it? Surface land area per capita in square meters, because we have taken the US population 2024 round about 330 or 333, I put it. You start with its land area, that is 9.5 million square kilometers. Add two zeros, that means 950 million hectares. And because the hectares you want to convert into square meters, add four zeros. We added four zeros and divide it by 333 people. It's a 330, really does not matter. If you divide this, then you get round about 28,000 square meters per person. You get round about 20. Approximately, if you have 300 here, you get 3 times here, you get 3 here, multiply 3 means 30,000, right? It's a little more or less, yes, 28,000 square meters is the per person gets United States square meters of area, the land area. Cropland, how much? We have discerned the cropland in United States is around about 160. That is million hectares. That you have 160 million hectares, add four zeros, you convert into square meters. Divide by 333 million people. Everything is million, right? Here, everything is square meters. That means if you do that math, you get 4800 or so. You get 4800 or so. 48. So cropland per person is 4800. Remember, this is the square meters we are talking about. So here 160 here. That means the planet Earth, you remember, that is instead of 15, 10% of 150 is 15. We made it 17 million hectares, the land area. Sorry, 17 million square kilometers become 1700. So essentially they are giving the same 1697. We made it 1700. In some other presentations, I might have mentioned it 1600 or so. So the slight difference you can see. So the world cropland is 1700 million hectares. You take away two zeros, then become 17 million square kilometers. That falls exactly what we discussed here. ESA cropland means you can fit entire Lebanon's 160 times in the United States as a cropland. That's exactly the size of the Persia. That's the modern Iran. That means if you put entire Iran there, that will be the agriculture cropland in the United States. So that is the essentially I have put the same thing with maybe little more information here. Yeah, I think it doesn't have much. Maybe here is little more. Yeah, it's a little more. I have just given the comparisons here. Essentially, what we have looked. So the Egypt is 100 million hectares. Here, million hectares is a square kilometer. The Spain is 50, Iceland is 10, South Korea is 10, Costa Rica 5, Lebanon is exactly 1 million hectare. Jamaica is also 1 million hectares. We discussed about that. So what did we discuss today? You can also look into our my ecology series that broadly sometimes overlaps this agricultural series. You can see the human ecology series that will give you even broader perspective, the taking over, drawdown, and all those basic concepts. So what did we discuss today, Mitronam? See here where I have taken these statistics from the Worldometer. You see, this is the hectares, million hectares, 160. This is the global crop land. Agricultural land will be little more because that will get the grazing land, pasture land, 1700 or so. 10% of the global cropland. So India and United States, we can say pretty much the same, China and like that. You can see here. So it's very easy to remember. Entire surface area of the planet Earth is 150 million square kilometers, means 150 Egypts. And water area is 360 if you combine 510. Because 150 is the surface area, 10% is 15, you add little more, make it 17. 17 million square kilometers is the cropland. That's exactly the size of Russia. Russia, that is 17 million square kilometers. Among these 150, there are three countries like China and United States, Canada have a 10 million square kilometers. Also Egypt, sorry, Europe west of Ural mountain. That means that comes the western part of Russia, European Russia also. These are 10, and so America has a 10. Here we are using 9.5, taking the water bodies, Lake Huron, Michigan. I think all those things are taken away. That does not matter. You get a broad idea. You have around about 950 million hectares or 9.5 million square kilometers here. Among 9.5, you get 1.6. These are million square kilometer. That means 950 and 160 will be in million hectares. So that will be exactly, the cropland will be exactly side of Iran, that is 1.6 million square kilometers. So hope this will put you in proper perspective about the cropland in United States of America, and next time we look at the cropland in Russia itself. Hope this will give you a good idea, and if you like the presentations, Mitronam, you can subscribe the channel and post your comments, even bring it to the notice of your friends. See you later in the next presentation, Dr. J. Reddy.